Hey, Mr. Naylor here. I'm back with some more information that I think is important. We're going to talk about discussions, or discussion boards, as they're sometimes referred to. These are graded parts of your lessons. There's not one for every lesson, there's about 12 or 15 of them per class. They're spread out throughout the course. As you go through it, you'll get a question. This on your screen you should see is discussion for lesson 2, budgets and goal setting. It says, in the discussion board, you and your classmates have the opportunity to share thoughts and ideas that will help you see the big picture um, of what you are learning. If you give this activity your all, it'll be easier for you to see how concepts in this course connect to a variety of topics in the world and your own life. And then it continues on. There's a rubric here. I'm going to show you a different rubric that I use for grading, and I will also put my rubric in the student resources manual. This is going to be the same for whether you're in my economics class or my government class. These are the same, basically the same rubric, and the same procedures are followed. The questions clearly are different, but this question, for instance, says, we all want the finer things in life. However, money doesn't grow on trees. In the real world, people have to budget their money in order to pay bills, buy groceries, and put gas in their cars. That's called adulting. And it's lame, but we all have to do it. So, for this week's discussion, analyze the following budget. How can Sally alter her spending habits to save at least $50 per month to place in her savings account? So, then it gives you her monthly budget. You kind of go through this, look at the areas that, look at what are fixed expenses, things she has to pay, and then what are things that she can cut back on. And you'll learn about that prior to this, so you have some background on that, but you might guess right away. And then you'll just hit a reply right here, and then hit next, and it'll submit it, and then I get to go grade it. Oftentimes I've noticed this, you guys will skip through these discussions, like you'll type something like, I will come back to this, and then you don't come back to that. And that's a struggle, because discussions are worth 15% of your grade. So it's really, really important that you take the time to do this. Again, if you start skipping too many things, you're not going to have enough to pass the class. Does that make sense? So, like, if you skip projects, if you skip discussions, then you're down 30%. So we want to make sure that we do these. They're very simple. The key here, most importantly, is that we're looking for, generally speaking, we're looking for 2 to 3 good solid sentences, a solid paragraph, something that shows me that you understand this, not short one word responses. You won't get credit for that. Let me show you the rubric real quick. So here's the discussion, Mr. Naylor's discussion grading rubric. This is the 100-point scale. So your discussions are worth 100 points. You get 100 points if you show connection. Answers show a mastery of content and deeper analysis or understanding of the content. And maybe you use specific references to add explanation. Every discussion question is different. So sometimes you'll need to write more than other times. Sometimes 1 or 2 sentences is going to be enough to show connection. Sometimes 4 to 5 is what you're going to need. Analysis. So somewhere between 180, you're if you're not quite there, if it's a little short, if you're missing 1 or 2 things, you're probably going to score somewhere in this range. An analysis is answers show some analysis, some mastery and understanding, but just not the full effect. Kind of right in the middle, if you write a summary of the question, but you're not really analyzing or making a connection to that, then you're going to score a 60. If it's incomplete, like you maybe catch one thing but not the rest of them, you're probably going to score somewhere between this 40 and 60. And then if you attempt the question but get nothing right, but you show effort but you're off, then you're going to score in a 20. Maybe you go off track, or you start talking about something else that's not part of it, you're going to get in this 20 to 40 range. Any scores below that are probably because you skipped it. I usually give a 0.01 for things that you skip, so that marks it for me. You can go back and fix these. If you're not happy with your score, go back and do it again. And take a look at my response to you. My feedback to you will help you do better on it. And these kind of explain each one of those things that I kind of went through over here. So again, you're going to have your discussion question. You're going to submit your response. If you want to know how to get 100, come over here to my rubric, which again, where will you find that? the Student Resources Guide. Okay. When you're done watching this video, there's going to be 2 or 3 questions that you need to answer and submit and get your 100 points for this video. All right. Good luck. Talk to you soon. Peace out.